Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at Pat McGrath's new foundation and her new eyeshadow palette. The only things that I've ever tried from Pat McGrath are her lipsticks. I haven't tried any eye products or face products. This foundation was $70. This is called the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I bought this literally last night at Sephora. I swatched it on my neck area just to kind of see the color. It literally looked like the exact same color of my skin. Now, I was in a Sephora store and I have been wrong many times. When I bring the foundation home, it's always like something completely different. So I'm really hoping and praying this color matches. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on this foundation, and honestly, I wasn't going to try it, but I don't know. I thought it'd be really interesting to test out with you guys and see if it truly is amazing or just not worth it. And this is the new eyeshadow palette that I picked up. I haven't tried any of her shadows before. I am so excited. I've only heard amazing things about them, and I'm obsessed with their little mini eye tutorials on Instagram. They always look so dreamy and beautiful. What is this one called? This is the Mothership Midnight Sun. Ooh. Let's open this baby up. Her packaging is just phenomenal. Very luxurious. Oh wow, that is a heavy palette. All right, let's open this baby up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are the eyeshadows inside of the palette. They're really pretty. They really speak to me. They're my type of tones. Now, I really just looking at the other palettes, I was like, I would definitely swap this purple for one of the other neutral colors just so it's a true Jesi palette. But this purple looks absolutely beautiful, and it'll kind of force me to play with color. But this is the reason I bought this palette. It's the most perfect, beautiful, wet, dewy sparkle. It's truly magic. Interesting. Why? So I had an eyeshadow fall out. Kind of annoyed about that. I mean, I could just glue it back in, but it shouldn't fall out in the first place. It's a brand new palette and it was not cheap. Besides one Natasha Denona palette I bought, this is literally the most expensive palette I own. I normally would not spend this much money on an eyeshadow palette because I feel like it's an eyeshadow palette. Anyways, the show must go on. So I'm gonna go into the foundation. I got the shade Light 6, and like I said, oh my god, this packaging, this is so fancy. Wow. Like I said, I swatched the color in the store on my neck. It looked literally perfect, undetectable. So I'm hoping and praying this matches. I was actually looking online, and this color is said to be a cool undertone, and I don't really go for cool undertone foundations. So the fact that I picked this one out, I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. For my base, I applied the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer a little bit ago, so that's had time to really sink in. So my face is not greasy or tacky or anything like that. It just feels like skin. I'm gonna do a brush and a sponge test just to see which application I like best. That's a really, really liquidy foundation. It's super thin. It smells like paint. I'm gonna start off with my little sponge here, and I'm just going to start tapping this into my skin. Oh wow. Okay, so that's it. That's all the product that I had. A full pumpish or so did absolutely nothing. And my sponge literally soaked all of it in. That's the thing with really thin, liquidy foundations. Using a sponge, it's gonna soak a lot of it in. Yeah, that gave me no coverage and pretty much no product. So I'm actually gonna go into a brush because the sponge just, I don't know about that. Okay, that's a lot better. The color right off the bat, it doesn't, actually, it really doesn't look that bad. I'm gonna see if it dries down to a little bit of a darker shade or oxidizes or anything like that. But the finish of it looks really skin-like. I actually don't even know if this is matte, dewy, satin. What is this? That's a layer. I still see a lot of my skin and my scars peeking through. I wanna say it's kind of a medium, barely medium coverage. I'm gonna see if I can build this up a little bit. It looks like skin, it doesn't look makeup-y. Before I build it up, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side as well. So it's 2 pumps per section of your face. I don't know why it takes a lot of foundation, actually. I don't know, because it's so thin and you feel like you need more. I thought it was actually gonna be more on the full coverage side. I don't know why. but I'm going in with another 2 pumps, and I'm going to kind of tap this more a little bit instead of zhuzhing it around. I feel like my camera is a little bit bright right now. Let me adjust it a little. Okay, I think the lighting is a little bit better. So I kind of went over it a little bit. It did cover a little more. I am gonna probably go in and spot conceal. Oh my god, I didn't even do my forehead yet. Okay, I'm gonna do just 1 pump on the forehead because I generally don't need too much foundation up here unless I'm like really breaking out badly. The less I apply where I crease the most, the better. The color overall does not look bad, and especially in camera when I'm looking at the little viewfinder, it looks like a perfect match without making my skin look super like pale and washed out. But comparing it to like my neck, I definitely see a really big difference in tone. But I don't know if like I was wearing a turtleneck, like this is really nice. Like it doesn't look off on my face. I mean, when I hold my arm like this, you see the warmth compared to my arm and the coolness of my face. Picking the color was my choice, so I just didn't choose right. With all that said, really looking up close on my skin, it looks beautiful. It looks like skin. It's really, really pretty. It's not bunching or creasing anywhere. I'm gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna take my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Vanilla. This is always like my go-to if I'm going out to an event or I just need a trusty concealer. This is always the one I go to. I want to concentrate this underneath my eyes. I don't really want to go like too crazy all over my face, but I do feel like I need to spot conceal just a few areas that the foundation didn't catch. I can't believe an eyeshadow fell out of my $125 eyeshadow palette. That's hysterical. Concealer's on. I'm ready to set my face. I'm gonna go into my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. I believe that Pat also came out with a loose powder, if I'm not mistaken, but one thing at a time, guys. Oh my god, my foot went numb. And now we lightly brush the powder away. I definitely didn't do a good job picking out my color because this is way too cool tone for me. I don't like it. Set the foundation doesn't look bad. It looks pretty, very smooth. I am gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face really quick off camera because that doesn't matter in this video because that's not what we're testing. And then I will be back to do my eyes using the Midnight Sun palette. I did the rest of my face and I wanted to show you guys a close-up of what my skin is currently looking like. One more little close look on the skin. This is my forehead. Now let's get into the eyes. It's gonna be a little bit hard for me to just show you guys like the colors I'm using and like tilt it because I don't want that eyeshadow to fall out again. So I'm gonna do my best. I'm starting off with this like warm matte brown shade and I'm gonna pop this into my crease as a first transition color. Transition. I will say though, I have really high expectations right now. I'm just using a really fluffy blending brush. Okay, I mean it's not terrible. It's a brown shadow. I don't really wear eyeshadow primers like ever when I'm doing any look. I just kind of go over my eyes with my foundation or concealer and then I very lightly set it with like my translucent powder, but I don't really put eyeshadow primers down. And I really never have problems with any of that. I feel like this is pigmented and it's nice, but I don't know why it's kind of, when I put it down, it like sticks here and then it just kind of looks a little patchy. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like, it looks a little off. I don't know if that's my eye. My eye could just be broken today. Maybe it's not the shadow because the shadows feel really nice when you swatch it. We'll see. I'm still gonna layer some colors and see how it goes. I take this really pretty burgundy shade. These are really pigmented shadows though, by the way, so you do want to pick up very little. And I'm going to just stamp that on the outer part. And then once I've kind of laid the color down, I'm going to softly start blending it into my crease. I'm taking a small little eyeshadow brush and I'm just packing that color right on this outer part. And I'm just going to flick this out a little bit. Now I'm gonna take the last matte shade. There's only 3 mattes in this palette and it's the darkest color. I'm gonna go into that shade and kind of deepen it up even more. I want to show you guys like a few swatches of like some of the metallics in here. This bronze is a really nice like creamy shadow, and then this is the purple shade. Oh, that's a really pretty color. This copper has kind of a different formula to it. It's not as like creamy and metallic as this. It's kind of more like sparkly shimmer. If you like blend it out enough, it kind of softens and doesn't look as intense. And we have this gold color, which some of these shadows feel like really dry in the palette. Like that's the gold. I don't know, I feel like it's not as intense as I was hoping and expecting. This green, however, feels really nice. That's really nice. And last but not least, the literal color I bought this entire palette for, and this is just, oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh man, I just wish that came in a single shadow. $125 one shadow I like. I'm gonna take the purple shade on a dry brush. I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line, and it's more like a sparkly metallic shade, but I kind of want to have fun with this look and use as many colors. I mean, actually that looks really pretty. Whatever's left on my brush, I'm going to kind of just put a little bit of it right on like this inner top of my crease. I don't know, you guys, I'm just playing. We're going in. I just want to do something a little different. I'm gonna take a teensy amount of that really dark matte shade that we use in the crease, and I'm just going to run it along my outer lower lash line just to kind of match the same intensity we have in the crease, just to deepen it up a little bit. I'm taking that really pretty pearly metallic shade. Ooh, see, that is a nice shadow. Yeesh, oh my god. I'm gonna place a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes as well. Lastly, we have the lids, and this is that eyeshadow that I absolutely love, the reason I bought this, and I'm really hoping this goes on the eyes and looks as magical as I was hoping and praying it would. So I'm basically going to just tap this all over my lid. Okay. Yep. This did it. That's beautiful. You definitely get a little bit of fallout from this shadow, like you get the little glitter sparkle flecks on your cheeks, but it is such a beautiful, oh my god, it's really pretty. All right, so this is a finished shadow look. I'm gonna go ahead and do some mascara and liner, but I kind of wanted to just do a little close-up on what the shadows look like. It's so sparkly and so pretty. I really don't know how I feel about the price tag on it, but it's not a bad palette. Would I recommend this palette to everyone? Probably not. I feel like you can get a lot of similar colors in a lot more affordable palettes. I feel like it's Pat McGrath. That's what you're paying for. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking or revolutionary. So with all that said, we'll circle back and I'll give you guys like my final thoughts, but let me go ahead and do some liner and mascara really quick and I'll be right back. For the lips, I want to do something really deep and dark. I haven't worn a dark lip in such a long time, and I feel like it will look really cool with this look. I use the new ColourPop Joyride Cream Gel Liner for my wing, like that really pretty burgundy shade. I think it looks really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on. This is the Alari Lippy Pencil and the Lippy Stick in the Matte X formula and Infinite Best. Now I remember why I don't wear a lot of dark lipstick. A, it's so hard to get a perfect line on the lips. 2, you get it on your teeth. 3, butthole lip, like major butthole lips. I think the color looks really pretty with like the eye look. Overall, it's like a very vampy glam look. I'm into it. Let's talk about what the complexion looks like. I'm going to read what it says about this foundation on Sephora. It's supposed to be a long-wearing customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage. That's definitely 100% true. It's never claimed to be a full coverage foundation, so I guess that's a good thing. It definitely is sheer to medium, so they're right on that. They say it's good for all skin types, normal, dry, combo, and oily. It has a Vita Serum Complex that moisturizes and helps fight the appearance of wrinkles, while the Diamond Core Powder technology enhances skin's texture and helps smooth and blur the appearance of fine lines, pores, and imperfections. A silky, weightless formulation that imparts a filtered, soft focus luminosity. That's a lot of fancy terms and words and things that I've never heard of in my life. I think overall, like, they're definitely correct, where I do feel like a lot of different skin types can wear this because it's not overly dry and matte. It's not going to make somebody with dry skin feel like suffocated, and it's also very natural, like skin-like finish, where I feel like an oily person, as long as you maybe use a more mattifying primer and like set your makeup, I don't think you should have any problems. Of course, I haven't worn this foundation all day long to see if it kind of becomes a little bit more dewy throughout the day. I am going to be doing a wear test. I don't know if I mentioned that. I am going to be testing it out for as long as I can today to see how it does wear, because I'm very excited. Currently, looking at my face, my skin looks perfect. Like, I don't have really any creasing. I have like the tiniest little lines, but those are just always there. I can't get rid of them, but it's not like creasing makeup, it's just my creasing face. It does not look foundation-y, cakey, or dry, so I think overall my complexion looks super perfect. Like it looks really, really nice. I'm very happy about it. It feels like it's not gonna go anywhere or like rub off. What else can I tell you guys? Is it worth $70? We're gonna find out because that question is still in the air. We're gonna see how it wears throughout the day. It might literally turn to crap in like an hour, or it might look exactly like this for the next 12 hours. I don't know. Let's talk about this eyeshadow palette. I have such mixed emotions about this right now. It's a beautiful palette. This packaging is heavy duty. It's so pretty, it's substantial, luxurious. Like it's one of the heavier palettes I do own. I love the look I have on right now. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I can't stop looking at the sparkle on my lids. The color in the palette, the colors in the palette are beautiful. They're definitely up my alley. So the quality is definitely there in the product. Now I can't help but like think, can I recreate this eye look using different shadows? Yes, I can. I could probably get the same exact look using different shadows. Basically what I'm trying to say is it worth $125? Not for me. Like if I didn't have this channel, if I wasn't reviewing things for you guys, I don't think it's something that I necessarily needed to go out and buy, because I have a lot of eyeshadows and I feel like I can recreate this with other things that I already do have in my collection. I think it's a beautiful palette. I think for the name, the luxury, the heavy duty of it, like just how it makes you feel, if that's something that you're interested in, by all means go swatch it in the store. If you like it, get it, but I don't think I would say you need to go buy this. So right now it is 2:30 p.m. I think I started filming around 12ish. I've had this foundation on for at least like an hour or hour and a half now, and it looks really nice. I'm really excited to see how it wears throughout the day. I'm gonna see how long I can wear this, and also I'll see if I can do like mid check-ins. With all that said, oh my god, I need to just take a deep breath and get some water, but I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, I'm back for kind of like a little midday check-in. It is 4:40, it's almost 5 o'clock, and I thought I would come back just like after a couple hours since I left you guys, just to give you like a little update on how things are going with the foundation. So clearly I don't have my lipstick on anymore, so I had to take that off. But you guys, for the most part, I don't think my foundation has changed much. I've been leaning on my chin a lot and I'm not having any fading. I don't really have bad smile lines and I don't really have bad frown lines. It's smooth everywhere else. Coverage is still the same. I don't have any shine coming through, so I feel like the only difference from when I first applied it is just it looks a little bit more like makeup on my skin. It's like sitting a little bit more. So other than that, I'm gonna check in with you guys at the very end of the night. I'm gonna go cook some food because I'm really hungry, and I will see you guys then. All right, we are back for our last check-in. It is 9:30 about, and of course I could be wearing this foundation much longer, staying up a little later, but I just suddenly got so exhausted and I feel like I just need to go shower and get into bed. So we're calling it like an early night, but I think for the most part I've worn this foundation for at least 7 to 8 hours. Math. I am going to do it in like a pros and cons way, just so it's like easy, straight to the point. So I'm going to start with the pros first. So firstly, I don't see any fading or loss of coverage on my skin. It pretty much looks the same as when I first applied it, so that's fantastic. My forehead looks really, really smooth. I have natural like little wrinkles and lines on my forehead in between my brows, but it's smooth and the makeup hasn't actually settled into those lines and kind of made it look a lot more enhanced. It just looks really, really good. Especially from far away, my skin looks really, really flawless, and I would not mind my makeup looking like this at the end of the day. Like, I'd be confident in this foundation that it would look really pretty on my skin. I don't really have a lot of cons in terms of the way it looks on my face. I would say I just have smile lines. They're not the worst smile lines. I could probably blend them out a little bit, diffuse it, but that's pretty much it. I don't have like cakiness around my nose. I don't have oily or dry skin. I'm just kind of like normal. I don't usually get super shiny or greasy at the end of the night. Some foundations do bring out a little bit more of like a more luminous quality to it at the end of the night, but it's nothing I mind. I like it because as long as the makeup is still on my face, a little bit of extra glow, I don't mind it. The last cons I pretty much have is just how expensive it is. It's $70, and I think that's a lot. Of course the packaging is beautiful and it looks really nice. The wear test was going to be the main like factors, like is it worth it? I still don't think a foundation should be $70. It's like a designer brand. It's very, very luxury, so if it speaks to you and you want to try it out, definitely try it out. But I don't know, like the price is just, it's intense. Oh, also it's not like a deal breaker or anything because once you apply it, you're not gonna smell it, but it just kind of has like a very paint-like scent to it. Am I happy with the foundation? Yes, I actually really do like it. I'm gonna be testing this out further. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you've tried the palette or the foundation, let me know your thoughts on it because there's been a lot of like mixed reviews and I'm just curious on how you liked it. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at mesijesibeauty, Instagram MAKEUPBYJESI. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do before you go. I would appreciate it so very much. I'm tired, clearly. And also hit that little bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. With all that said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys! Mia says bye too, I guess.